and prepare to laugh. It's the Drunk Dash Nerds podcast. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 15 of the Drunk Dash Nerds podcast. I am Gingerboy, I'm your host this week. This week we are joined by the usual guys, Jack of Heart. Yo, it's short and sweet, how I like it. And then we are joined by my rival, my lover, my everything, Knuckles.
Hello, baby.
Ow! That's all I had to respond with. Alright. So, that was quick intros. Holy crap, I don't know how to segue out of that now.
Let's start with the topics.
Normally, we discuss for a few minutes what we've been doing or what's been going on, and then we just kind of naturally slide into what was going on or what we've been playing. This week we're not doing.
I have been painting lately.
You've been painting? That's not interesting at all. So let's just go with what we've been playing.
Yeah, I've been taking a lot of the fumes overwhelm me because my windows won't open, and the one window that does open had a huge hornet's nest in it.
Oh, you'll be fine. What you do is you just smack it with a stick a couple times, and they'll go away.
Well, I'm allergic to fuck. If I get stung, I'm pretty much dead if I don't get to the hospital.
This will finally be my show.
Okay, is the nest inside your freaking apartment?
No, it's well, I don't think you know this, but I'm moving, and I'm in the process of moving, so I'm having to paint my room at the new place, and one of my windows won't open, and the one that doesn't have a little protecting screen on it. So, like up in the little corner, there's this huge hornet's nest.
Oh.
And I had to find some way to kill it, so kind of lifted up the... No stick. I got some hornet spray, lifted up the fucking window a tad bit, sprayed it, slammed it, locked it.
That's the way to go.
And I saw 20 of them drop dead, and about 5 more fly off.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
We had to do that. We actually, when I moved in with some friends, we were moving to this older house that no one's been in for a year. And there was this huge hornet nest, kind of the same way where there was no screen on the outside. So so the windows haven't been open forever. So we've actually just pretty much got this, a cleaning bottle and just put a bunch of weird cleaning supplies in it. Just kind of mix some stuff together and just put it in a spray bottle. We kind of slid the thing up just enough so we could put the little spray hose through it. And just freaking split it.
Yeah, mine didn't have a spray hose, so I had to lift it up a little higher.
Oh no! So we just we just shot it up. And just basically just slammed it shut as quick as we could, and then basically the same thing happened. A bunch of them dropped dead, the rest flew off and never came back.
Oh, I had a couple of them try to dare to come back.
Yeah. Well, what you do is you want to just put the cleaning, put the crap all around the windowsill. That way, the whole thing.
Yeah, make it like a repel.
Yeah, that's what we did. That way it would come back.
Well, I did that, and then. And I was like, okay, this idiot's still coming back. So, so 2 of them decided to come back. I lifted up again, sprayed them both, dropped it. One just started twitching. He just started twitching for about 30 minutes and fell over.
Knuckles raped it. I can't believe I just said that. Wow. All right.
I got a bee's nest story of my own as well, if you guys want to hear this a little bit.
Go ahead.
Well, when I moved up to this house that I'm running right now, was last February, we moved in a bunch of our stuff, and while I was mowing the lawn one afternoon, I noticed that there's something really peculiar on the side of the house. So I check it out, and there's this huge ass wasp's nest. It was so big, it was similar to a damn soccer ball. I mean, I was just wondering
one of the
why.
Fully formed hives.
Oh yeah, it was one of those fully formed type of nests and stuff where it was just it was hanging on pretty much solidly from the roof. And when you see this nest, this thing it literally was a full on wasp's nest, right? So what we did, we called up the realty place. They come by around 6 or 7 o'clock at night, when they're supposed to be away, pretty much, not being so active. So what does he do? He goes up, he takes a ladder, he tells my mom, it's That's a pretty damn big nest. I was like, yeah, I know. So he goes up, he cuts down the nest, right? He puts it in a garbage sack, puts it in the back of his truck, and he goes off, right? And ever since then, we've just had little bits of, like, not only just yellow jackets, but, like, wasps just, like, running around the thing. It got so bad that where we had put, like, a couple of bee killer things, right? So we go up to Walmart, we buy a couple of these wasps, like wasp traps, supposedly. Yellow jacket wasp traps. These things don't work.
Are you talking about
shit.
the nets? Are you talking about the little fucking, like, sticky pads or whatever?
No, I'm talking about the huge old, like, the type of things that you hang from the hook and stuff, and they're supposed to go in but not go out. Yeah, those things didn't work too well. So we go up to our local store, we buy this, like, bee hotel type of thing. In the matter of, like, a week, we got about, like, 10 or 15 of those freaking things, like, just stuck inside of it.
That's awesome. Alright, so let's get on to what we've been playing. Let's go ahead and start off with Jack. What have you been playing, buddy?
Speaking of killer bees, let's go to...
Oh my gosh. I just got
Never mind, I'm not gonna do Queen. Never mind.
Oh man, when Knuckles said killer bee and stuff, I am just thinking about that freaking Naruto thing. Anyway, this is pretty much what I've been playing here. I've been playing a random assortment of things. Really, since our last podcast, I had a chance to not only invest inside Mario and Luigi Dream Team for the 3DS, but I had a chance to buy Ni no Kuni for $20. So I played a little bit. Oh man, Ni no Kuni is a really fun game. I only spent like maybe a couple hours into it, but it's just the type of game where I'm just engrossed inside the story. I mean, the gameplay aspect's pretty cool, but it's early on to a point where I haven't really established, oh hey, you know what, I'm not too sure where this is going to take me, but I'm really liking it so far. Okay.
It is a Japanese RPG, so it has become impossible.
No, it's not really impossible yet. I mean,
I know, because most Japanese RPG games, it's like, oh, this is a good game. This game is fucking bullshit.
It's not like Final Fantasy 13 where you just spend like the first 10 hours or so just trying to do tutorials, and then when the bulk of the game comes up, it's like, oh, hey, that was really unnecessary. No, this game is really fun where, the battles are conducted in a way where it's not like, it's just basically type of like Chrono Trigger type of battle increases where you can like encounter certain types of monsters like randomly like you want to. I mean, I like random battles, like in the sense like old Final Fantasy games, but random in terms of, okay, there are monsters scrolling on the overhead map and stuff. You want to fight them? Go on ahead. It has like just the typical JRPG like quests, like, okay, like find this person. Okay, now get this specific key item and stuff and go here or go there. But, yeah, the first couple hours in, I've just, like, got to maybe level 6 or 7. But, other than that, let's see, I've played Mario & Luigi, which I've actually spent, like, upwards to about 7 hours playing. I've really enjoyed a lot of the puzzle elements inside the game so far. It's another RPG. I got it for about $40. Let's see, I think the story is, it's a Mario game, so you don't really pay too much attention to the story things. But there are a lot of funny quirks and stuff, especially when you try to progress through certain levels.
Kind of like Paper Mario,
like
everything, where they have like
kind of like that.
To it.
But the whole concept of this game revolves around Luigi, like going in and out of Luigi's dreams.
Let me guess, Super Luigi U?
No, Super Luigi U is just like an extension of New Super Mario Bros. U.
Yeah, it's DLC.
But this game, yeah, it's DLC.
It's
essentially
$40 DLC.
No, it's not. It's $20.
No. That game is $20 digitally on the Wii U. I'm talking about.
This is for 3DS.
This is for 3DS. This is from the Mario and Luigi games
RPG.
that start on the GBA. It's an RPG. So you have the simplistic RPG-like gameplay from that series, which, the simple A and B button type of counters, plus it's just a basic RPG that pretty much is a gateway if you want to start off. It's a beginner type of RPG, Knuckles. So basically the whole concept behind this game is just to go into Luigi's dreams and stuff and try to rescue these particular citizens called, like, P-Illos. Which is kind of funny because Luigi just falls asleep just like that, and whenever, like, he sleeps on these particular type of rock pillows, he has these loose, like, almost like elusive type of dreams, to where Mario can actually enter inside his dreams, encounter the dream version of Luigi, to have him, like, help out against random bosses and this and that. But you can use Luigi in terms of, like, say you want to get, like, a platform that's out far away. Okay, the bottom touchscreen manipulates Luigi in a way where you can actually get him to get certain platforms on the forward screen. Like, say you want to tickle his nose, right? If you tickle his nose, he's going to sneeze, and when that happens, like, the certain thing you're controlling inside the dream world, like, acts as a fan to blow the platforms, like, forward to you. So that's just one example of the puzzles. There's many more type of things like that, which I think are pretty cool and creative.
Nice.
But, yeah, it's pretty fun, and I would think it'd be worth it just for anyone to just try out. But I have one more game that I wanted to talk about before I'll let you guys do your thing. I played for free the Resident Evil Umbrella Chronicles. I actually played through all of it.
I actually picked that up a couple days ago.
Like digitally?
Yeah, digitally. I got it for free. I'm not going to pay $20 for that game.
I wouldn't pay $5 for that game.
Well, you know what? That game would be a lot more better if I would have just bought it on the Wii and just used the motion control aspect, because, for crying out loud, if you try to use a regular controller for a light gun game, you're not going to have a lot of fun with it. I don't want to use the PlayStation Move. I mean,
you got the PlayStation gun.
The PlayStation gun?
Yeah, there's like, it came with like, what is it, Time Crisis 4?
Yeah, that's for the Move, yeah.
Oh.
It wasn't for the Move.
I was not aware of this.
It came out like 5 years before the Move.
Oh, okay. Well, there was that Time Crisis game that launched with the Move that came with the gun, too.
Well, I'm talking about the Time Crisis game, like, that was way before the Move.
Oh, okay.
Okay, well, getting back to Resident Evil here, this game just basically consists of, like, about four various campaigns worth of, Resident Evil games, judging from, like, Resident Evil 0, the first one, the third one, and I'm thinking the last one's Revelations or something like that.
No, that's the one that came out for the Wii, like, 6 years ago, right?
Yeah, this is the exact same...
Yeah, this
exact same version.
Yeah, I have that. I still have that, I think.
Only...
It has like 0,
through 4.
3... Does it have 1, 2, 3, 4?
Yeah, 0 through 4.
It does not have the second one.
Really?
It does not have Leon Kennedy at all inside this thing, which is kind of surprising.
Oh, okay.
Because this is supposed to be like the whole reason why that is not in
there
is because
the Leon one is the
Dark Side Chronicles, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
So basically, these are like HD ports of the Wii games that came out all those years ago, and so it just basically begins where each and every little campaign you have about 3 set stages where you have to go through, and it varies like from about 5 or 15 minutes, resorting like if you're having trouble with any bosses, like in a couple of the stages. But after I completed all this thing, I was just getting frustrated and kind of getting bored.
Yep.
The last thing I played was this Albert Wesker thing for the last campaign, where I had to face off against these two like gray type of dudes with these trench coats and like the green, like the blue and the orange visor,
Tyrants.
which I jokingly call them Geordie Orange and Geordie Blue, because they look like freaking Geordie from Star Trek, only with gray skin. But it went through a sequence where...
You're talking about the Tyrants?
No, the Tyrants are separate, like different. These are like 2 separate... This is different from the Tyrant and stuff from Resident Evil. This is like, original Resident Evil. So they go through these sequence of attacks where they're trying to charge at you, and I'm trying to line up my shots and stuff with a shotgun in order to try to get them in the head, since that's their weakness. Oh my god, I literally spent like about a half an hour, maybe 45 minutes, just trying to memorize the sequence, just doing that, and just finally getting, like, actually killing them. And all that. I'm playing on easy, mind you, because oh man, if I were playing it on a higher difficulty, I would not have finished this game because the controls are so frustrating with a controller. But other than that, yeah, I would not recommend playing that game on the PSN.
Yeah, that's a terrible game. I've got it on the Wii. The only reason I still have it, it's the only game I think I actually have on the Wii anymore. Only because
Really?
it's like they offered me like 30 cents for it. So I was like,
They offer you 30 cents for that damn game?
Like 2 years ago, yeah. I bought it for like $20 like 4 years ago or something.
That's funny.
Were the motion controls good for that thing?
It was okay. The game still wasn't all that fun either way, though.
Well, that's funny because I was trading in several games a couple days ago for GTA 5.
Yeah.
And Mag was one of them. The guy at GameStop told me, yeah, Mag was one of them. The guy told me, he's like, yeah, we can't take this. I was like, yeah, it's not even worth the penny. I was like, I think I might know why.
Yeah.
Like, as soon as he said so, I remember I was like, oh yeah, they shut the servers off for that.
Oh, really? That's funny.
It's just basically useless, that game.
If you buy that game now, you're an idiot.
Well,
like, you're.
I doubt they even sell that game anymore, though.
Oh, they still sell it on PSN.
Really? That's
yes,
hilarious.
I
Can
thought
you at least
they did.
fight bots?
You can go to.
I mean,
You can go to. No, there's no bots.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
Like, it was a fun game. If when PlayStation went down,
yeah,
if they were to give that game away for free,
that would have been good. Yeah,
yeah, that game that would have boosted the people playing it, and maybe the company wouldn't have went bankrupt, and maybe it'd be still going on today.
Who knows?
Oh yeah.
But after that game got support, God, dude, the game was fun.
It was just too little, too late, though.
Yeah.
Anyways, though, you said you got GTA 5, so talk about it. What do you think?
Well, Kingdom Hearts 1.5 HD is great.
That's great.
No, I've been playing GTA 5, and that game is beautiful. I thought Saints Row 4 was beautiful, but that was nothing compared to GTA 5. My one biggest complaint, and it's not really a complaint, it mainly is the driving. I'm so out of touch with Grand Theft Auto driving, it's ridiculous, and coming out of Saints Row, which I really didn't drive much.
There's no point in driving.
There's no point in driving in that game.
Except for when you have
story
to,
missions.
And
yeah,
except for when you have to, and the beginning of the game when you don't have powers.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
God, I'm speechless when it comes to talking about that game.
That good, huh?
Yeah, it is. I love it. My least favorite character though is when I actually thought from the beginning before it was even released was Trevor, the balding redneck looking one. Yeah, he I don't know how to get into it without spoiling it.
Don't spoil anything. Seriously.
Well, essentially he is a beep.
Fascinating.
Yeah. But it's good. I can't wait till Grand Theft Auto Online comes out so I can get a group of people and do hosts with.
You know what's kind of funny?
I know a couple get-rich-quick schemes.
What's funny is one of my friends a couple days ago, like when the game came out, he sends me this message over Facebook. It came out
yesterday, by the way.
Oh, well, hell, it seems like a couple days ago. Anyway, he sends me this picture that he bought the game and stuff, and he just like, oh man, I got this game. It's like because him and I used to play a lot of Grand Theft Auto 4 online because we just randomly just love to just mess around and shit. So with all that said and done, it's like I thought, oh man, it's like that online component thing's not going to be on until like October. So I haven't heard back from him yet, but
October
dude,
1st.
I want to get that game.
Get
October
it.
1st.
Get it. I was playing the single player and random events happened during the day. And it turns out this event was one of those security trucks that carries money.
Uh-huh.
So I had my tow truck. I pulled over in front of it, stopped, tried to pick it up, couldn't, which found out you can't really do it with a tow truck. And I was like, oh man, there goes half my high schemes. Well, picked it up, I stopped right in front of it, so preventing it from going any further. Pulled out my shotgun, blew the driver away, got in, went underground to this little underground car storage area. Just peppered it with shotgun shells until it decided to catch on fire. It blew up. Got the briefcase out of the back. Got free 6K. Got a wanted level. I just stayed in that car garage. I stole one of the cars, parked in the corner. 3 cop cars came in. Like, I just stayed there. Like, they just turned around, drove out.
Nice.
That sounds really freaking crazy.
Yeah, it's fucking hilarious. That game's great.
That's good. Glad to hear you liking it. So, I bought a big thing. Not GTA 5. It's in my hands as we speak. I went up this past weekend and bought myself a 3DS XL.
Awesome, man. How you enjoying it?
I am loving it. I actually went up and I traded a bunch of games actually at GameStop, and the guy's like, I'll give you $70 in credit, but if you pre-order a game right now, you get an extra 30%. I'm like, well, do it. How much do I got to put down? It's like $5. I'm like, all right, so you're gonna give me $25 in credit to put $5 down on a game. He's like, yeah, okay. So I put $5 down on Watch Dogs, and so I got like $90 in credit. So I bought the 3DS XL. Then I got Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon, and that game is fan-freaking-tastic. I am addicted to this game. I didn't really start playing it until a couple days ago, but I put about 4 or 5 hours into it the last few weeks. The last couple days, I guess. And this game is actually really, my only complaint with it is, I mean, if you play Luigi Mansion or you haven't, came out. The first one was on GameCube, and it's basically Luigi. There's like these ghosts in this mansion, and Luigi goes in with like a vacuum cleaner and has to suck up all the ghosts and get all the ghosts out of there, and there's bosses and things of that nature, and there's puzzles. And my only real complaint with this one is if you for the 3D effect, the only way that the 3D really works on it is if like you're looking straight at the screen, and if it moves to the left or the right or kind of tilt it a little bit, it kind of gets all blurry and everything like that. The 3D effects do, so you can't really see what's going on. But the issue with that is when you want to like move the vacuum when he's trying to suck up ghosts or anything like that, you have to, you can do it with the D-pad, but it's easier you can move the console around, or the 3DS around, to kind of point the vacuum where you want to go. And when you're doing that, if you're trying to play with 3D, it gets all blurry and it kind of messes with my eyes a little bit. I don't like that. So that's my complaint, is you can't really use the 3D. They can't really use the 3D effects on it. But I would say it's definitely a buy. I also picked up Mario Kart 7, and proving to myself once again that I am a god of Mario Kart. Another great game.
Now I kind of wish I didn't pick up Kingdom Hearts just so I could take you off that pedestal.
You'll never take me on that pedestal. That's one game you'll never defeat me at. So I don't,
Are you sure? Because every game I defeated you, I said I couldn't defeat you.
You defeated me in Yu-Gi-Oh! That's all you defeated me in.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Call of Duty.
We play on a team together. You can't defeat me in Call of Duty. God, you're just making crap up. Alright, so anyway.
What's the point of the score system if I can't...
The point is to win. The point is to win. Well, I'd get a better score too if I camped all the time. Anyways, so once again, I am awesome in Mario Kart.
I didn't hear you bitching when I saved your ass.
Well, I actually move around the map. Anyway, so back to what we're talking about. So Mario Kart, also another big thumbs up for me. And then actually the game that I enjoyed the most out of the 3 I bought was Super Mario 3D Land, which I believe, I'm not sure how old it is. I think it came out right around the launch of the console.
Yeah. Actually, it wasn't until like about, I think it was December of 2011 that it came out.
So it was
quite a ways.
About 6-7 months after, because it came out like the spring of 11.
Yeah, if that game had came out around launch, people wouldn't be complaining.
Well, there was a Mario game that there was either New Super Mario Brothers 2 or that one that came out at launch. I think it must have been.
No, you got the better one. You got the better one.
Well, there was no 3D. There was no Mario game around the 3DS.
Okay,
launch.
I thought there was one.
You're correct.
There was one at launch. Okay, well, my bad. No. I thought the other one was on launch. All right, but anyway, Super Mario 3D Land. So I picked that one up used at GameStop. But the crazy thing is, it's still $38 used and $40 new. GameStop, I don't. What's the point of buying used? But I bought it used. I mean, just for I'll explain later. But that game, I flew through that in pretty much, I think, like 3 days. And I'm not the biggest like Mario guy out there. Like as far as the side scroller, I enjoy them, but I don't love them. But this one, I mean, it's cool. So it's kind of like the side scroller, more top down almost. And you can go backwards and forwards, and the whole map is 3D. And I just love this game. With the 3D, like with just all the cool, like there's this one level in the game that like it's like in level World 4 or 5, where like you can't play without the sound on or without the sound. Well, the sound has to be on for you can like play this level. So it goes like the platforms you jump on go away, like appear and disappear with a rhythm of the music playing. So it's really cool. So like sometimes it might go this like the first platform you might jump on is on the first beat, but then maybe the next one, the first one pops up, the first platform you jump up is on the third beat. You know, it's just kind of it was just a good level. But I actually I flew through it. I actually ended up beating it last night. I was actually talking to Knuckles last night when I did it. And so I took it up today, and I just, the reason I bought it used is so I can return it, because with GameStop they have like you can return used games that you purchased within 7 days and get all your money back. So I did that. Basically got a free rental out of a really great game, and I put the $40 I spent towards Watch Dogs.
A $40 down payment for a free rental.
Yeah, basically. But no, then I took all that money and I put it towards my Watch Dogs pre-order. So now my Watch Dogs is almost it's like I have $45 on Watch Dogs now. So there's that.
Awesome,
so I'm okay with that. I'm willing to put. I was going to spend the $40 either way, I guess. So I got to.
Well, you know what's good about Super Mario Brothers, like Super Mario 3D Land and stuff, is the first half of the game, like not just the first half, but pretty much the first part about the game seems kind of easy to an extent, but once you beat the game and then it uncovers more and the levels get progressively difficult, that is perhaps one of the best aspects of a Mario game that I have played since like Mario Brothers 3. Yeah. And I really, really enjoy that game.
And that was kind of an issue I had with the game up until like pretty much like midway through World 7. There's like eight worlds, and there's another world that has just 2 levels on it. And pretty much halfway through World 7, I think I may have died 6 or 7 times combined. And then pretty much from like the last 4 or 5 levels, I think I died like 30 times. I think probably 15 of those was on the last level though.
Yep, that sounds familiar.
Bowser. God, that was so freaking. It was like 15. It was probably 10-15 minute long level, and if you died, you had to start all over again. So it was.
There was a checkpoint.
There was a checkpoint in the middle, but the whole level was probably like 25 minutes long. So you got a checkpoint about midway through. So it was probably I wouldn't say 15 minutes. It was probably like the last 10 minutes. You probably had to keep replaying over and over again. It was frustrating, but it wasn't one of those things where it was the game's fault. It was just my fault, kind of thing, where I made a bad jump or things of that nature. So, I'm not mad at the game. It was frustrating at times, but it was something like it wasn't like ridiculously hard. It was just it was a fast pace, and it was kind of like you kind of learn as you go throughout the level, and you get a little bit better every time you play it. So I ended up just flying through that and beating that last night. And Knuckles heard me cursing throughout the last hour of that. But that's a phenomenal game. If you don't have a 3DS, or you do have a 3DS and you haven't played Super Mario 3D Land, get that. If you have a 3DS and you're not playing this game, I don't know why you have a 3DS. That's a phenomenal game. Mm-hmm. All right, so we are done with what we've been playing?
So,
Wait, you got something to say, Knuckles?
I did, but I forgot. But you were talking about something earlier in the show about what was on Direct.
Oh, it wasn't. No, it was before the show started. But so Nintendo released their Nintendo Direct conference. They do these ones probably. I think it's a little more frequently now. But they do about. It seems like this is like their 8th or 9th this year. That I know of. But they release them on. It's basically like mini press conferences they do about specific titles or just upcoming things and stuff like that. It's basically their way to announce stuff. And you can watch them on, like, if you have a Wii U or a 3DS, you can watch them on that console. And I was over at my buddy's house, and we were watching it. It just, I believe it just released today. And this one was talking about, like, to do about the Wii. They have, like, a Wii Fit U coming out for it. And then, it's not. I don't really care about that. I don't think most people do at this point. But the big news is that they were releasing the Wii Sports games, but in HD, and it has some online stuff where you can compare stuff with friends or other people online. You can, like kind of scoring charts, leaderboards.
Leaderboards.
Yeah. And
really?
So that's cool. But it was over at my buddy's house. I didn't catch the beginning of it. We were talking about it. And he's explained to me before we started up again. And he was just like, "Yeah, it's really cool, man. So you can buy all 5 sport. You can buy all at $2 a piece, and get the whole thing for $10." I'm like, "Oh, that's really cool." It came with the console when you bought it in 2006. So, and it's HD with the leaderboards. I'm willing to pay $10 for it, or even because 4 out of the 5 games I enjoyed, all of them but golfing, really. So anyways, we were watching the video. And at the end, it says $10 per software. And I'm like, dude, that's not $10 altogether. That's $10 per sport. He's like, no. I'm like, no, dude. Like, look at it. Like, and he paused it, and he was reading the thing, and it says no. Like it was like I can't remember the exact wording, but it basically said that they're $9.99 a piece. And he's like that. I'm like that. I mean, to me, I don't understand that. It's like. This literally came with the console in 2006. This is a 7-year-old game.
How much was the Wii?
$250.
Technically, that was a $250 game.
So
if you look at it like that, $50 isn't that big of a deal.
Yeah, but I mean, this is a 7-year-old game we're talking about. Though that's not even really. It's just like it's not like a reimagining of Kingdom Hearts. Like it's not HD, and they Kingdom Hearts 1.5, where it's a 40-hour game, and it's got a huge story and everything to it. This is
the 1.5 added more stuff to it. So.
But that's what I mean though. But then you look at like this is Wii Sports, and it's very minimal. Like there's not much to it. There's not a lot to it. It's just you can play tennis. It's just you play a match of tennis. There isn't a story mode. There isn't a big thing. You just play tennis. You can do a home run derby in baseball. You can have a boxing match, and they're like 3-minute rounds. You can play golf, and it's just a few holes. And then what's the other one I'm missing here? Like golf, boxing, tennis, baseball. Bueller.
Ping pong.
No, ping pong was in Wii Sports Resort.
Oh, really?
God, what was the other one?
That's lame.
I can't remember what the other one is. Anyways, but this is a bare minimum game. It's just, and they're charging $50 for something that came free with their console, their old console, 7 years ago. I don't know, like
I would have, I would have understood if they just released this type of package, say digitally, individual, for like $10 a piece.
That's what they're doing.
Buy what you want. Yeah, that's I can understand that because they want to give customers the choice. Oh, okay, you didn't like some of these other ones? Here, you could just pay $10 for this separate minigame. I know for a fact that when the Wii came out, and a bunch of the people that bought the Wii for only Wii Sports and stuff, they only played maybe a couple of the games. The most predominant maybe being baseball or bowling.
Oh, bowling was the 5th one. That's the one we were missing.
Yeah, the bowling was. I thought the bowling was pretty good, was fun, honestly.
Yeah.
But
I hated playing bowling on my game.
That's because you suck. Go on.
When you're
because I could bowl a 250, but in that game somehow my 250 went to 30.
Yeah, it all really depended upon like the angling and stuff with the thing too. But the thing about the Wii Remote in general, before the Wii Motion Plus add-on, is It may have been somewhat accurate, though, but, it's a pointer. It was a motion thing. It wasn't entirely that accurate. Yeah. But the thing about it is they're re-releasing this. I'm probably thinking they're probably going to release a physical proponent where this Wii Sports thing is going to be $50, HD, with leaderboards and various other shit, obviously. But the thing about it was, you have to think, when Nintendo finally did release Wii Sports, they actually released it for $20, separate from the thing. Now, if you're a consumer, why in the hell are you going to repay $50 for a game that was not only packaged with the game, like with the Wii, and you probably already have, that you probably got for the Wii.
You probably still have it.
Why you can? Yeah, you probably still have it. So the only way I could see this being remotely beneficial for Nintendo is for the people that, for one, just want maybe a few games or so, or hey, if you have the option, you can buy all of them together for $50. But,
is the Wii U backwards compatible?
Yeah. With Wii,
yep.
Yeah. Okay, and that just took the argument out for me.
Well, we're talking about a 7-year-old tech demo. This is all it is. And they want $50 out. I just can't get past that price point.
If it's backwards compatible, you're just paying for the upgrade, HD upgrade.
And it's not we're not talking about going from Wii to PS4 though. It's like the Wii U. It doesn't have terrible graphics, but
it's going from the Wii to first year 360.
Oh no, it's better than that. It ain't. I mean,
it's better than first year 360 in my opinion. It's on par with say the early goings of maybe the mid stride of what the PS3 had. Maybe. Yeah. I mean, it can do 1080 graphics just fine. It's just not a lot of the developers just want to develop the games for the
90% of the games for Wii U though are cartoony, so you're not going to see these super realistic graphics games on the Wii U. That's not what they go for. They go for the cartoony, family-friendly, and stuff like that kind of games. That's a completely different market. It's kind of hard comparing 360 games to Wii games.
You say cartoony games, and that brings you back to Kingdom Hearts. I'd probably buy a Kingdom Hearts game on the Wii. Or Wii U.
Yeah, I would most likely too. Especially,
exclusive,
it's that type of franchise. But I view it this way. Nintendo is very much stuck in the traditional way of what they've been doing since pretty much the NES came out. And since the industry has continued to evolve and you have companies like Microsoft and Sony that are doing their own different directions, which are pretty much almost nearly the same, you have people that want to go to the newest things and stuff with Microsoft and Sony, what they're doing with their consoles, with their online services, and then you have the people that just don't want to conform or maybe don't even want to do things new. They want to stick to what they know with tradition.
So you're saying Nintendo's a Republican?
That's a weird way to put it, but no. Political formats. That's funny. I don't even know much about politics.
Yeah, I avoid that stuff. It just irritates me.
I do too. I'm an anarchist, so no government is the best government for me. So
well, we're not gonna talk politics. That's boring.
Yeah.
You hear this week? I can do it.
Yeah, let's not do it. Let's not go there. I don't know. It's like.
Oh, our next topic is kind of political.
Okay, we can go on to the next one. I'm assuming this is a topic you're discussing because there's a few in here. A few of you might have. I know Knuckles went to Grand Theft Auto 5, went to a midnight launch, and there's quite a few people on Facebook and Twitter talking about that we saw that were at midnight launches. And it was Monday night, and people saw 8-year-old kids there with their parents, and the parent was buying the game for their kid on a school night. Buying them
Monday night, school night, and my midnight release was at a bar.
That's awesome.
At a bar?
Yeah.
Wow.
It was at a bar. The event was held outside the outside sitting area, so technically they could get in, but technically not supposed to.
Yeah.
And it was like kids sitting at the table in front of me, and her mom, his mom, is sitting there on her tablet. You can tell she's tired.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck are you doing at a midnight launch at a bar with your kid for a game that's...
Yeah, really?
The name of the game is a felony. Grand Theft Auto, really.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's like, what's with parents nowadays? Like, personally, I know I would have loved it if my mom had taken me to midnight launch for San Andreas. Or any game for that matter, but that never happened when I was a kid.
Yeah, well,
no, my mom.
Did that happen to either of you?
No, but I mean, we could talk a little more about the kind of buying games for kids. I mean, I'll admit, like, my parents, I mean, I had Grand Theft Auto when I was 13 or 14, you know? I mean, Grand Theft Auto wasn't around when I was 5, you know? But...
Yeah, technically it was. But.
Yeah, that's true. With PlayStation, but we're talking about this Grand Theft, the open world sandbox version.
The ones that are graphic.
Yeah. And...
I'm not got a reason to tell you on the graphics, but...
Oh, but, I mean, I think we've all played... I think we all played the games when we were young. We didn't have... My parents weren't, like, super strict about me playing certain games or things of that nature. They knew I was smart. I mean, they knew I was smart enough to comprehend what I'm doing when I'm playing. My parents wouldn't...
You know that, as a 13-year-old, you knew that it was a game and you're not supposed to do this when you go out.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, we're not... I don't know. We've talked about this before. I don't have a problem with... I mean, I'm not going to sit there and, tell parents what they can and can't do, but I think 5 is a little young. I wouldn't have a problem... If I'm just thinking of myself, if I...
Well, the kid at the bar was probably like 8.
Yeah, and that's
maybe.
just ridiculous. I mean, first off, it's at a bar. Second off, it's a school night. And third off, you're buying them a game that's made for 17 older people. To me, it's just like, I'm just trying to look at this if I had
as that kid, I would have loved it.
Yeah, as that kid, yeah. You could be the coolest kid in school on Wednesday because you aren't going to school Tuesday. But
right.
I mean,
because you're going to be quote tired.
Yeah, well, and then you have the coolest mom in school because she lets you stay home and play Grand Theft Auto. But I mean, I'm just looking at if I had a kid that was, say 8 years old, I wouldn't let him play it. I wouldn't even know if I want him around me when I'm playing the game. Or if I'm playing the game, I'm just maybe let him like drive around or something. I'm not going to let him do all the crazy aspects of the game.
Yeah, you turn off the subtitles and you turn off the sound, music and shit.
Just drive around and do stupid, whatever. But I don't know. Maybe if I had a 12 or 13-year-old and this game was out, depending on how they were personally, I wouldn't have. I don't think I'd have a problem with them playing it, honestly.
Yeah,
I wouldn't. But I wouldn't take them to a freaking midnight launch to the game. I wouldn't freaking at a bar.
I wouldn't take them to the midnight launch. I'd probably be at the midnight launch without the kid.
Yeah.
But if I couldn't make it, and the kid wanted a game and I didn't want it, I'd pick him up after. I pick the kid up after school, take him to the GameStop, and then bring him home.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't understand. It's like.
There's just
first off,
it's just people are just stupid. I don't want to say stupid. I mean, it's their own decision. There's no study to show that a kid playing Grand Theft Auto at 5 or playing games like that nature at 5 will make. At least I know there's no huge study out there that shows that they become murderers or anything out in the future.
Oh, but the media thinks
so. I mean, the media...
Well, yeah, let the media think so. Let them think that. I mean, come on. I was playing games like Mortal Kombat at the age of 5, and I didn't grow up to be a serial killer.
I've told this story on the podcast before, but my dad bought me Resident Evil when I was 5 years old on the PlayStation.
What?
Yeah, I played that game I remember my dad bought it when it first came out for the PlayStation, Resident Evil. I sat there with him and played the game with him and everything. I watched him play it. I don't know. It's just.
Oh, my dad wasn't there playing it. That was for me, my slightly older sister.
Oh my god!
It's like that game's opening scene where they're running into the mansion, getting chased by the dogs.
Yeah.
God, it scared the shit out of me. Then you take control over Chris or Jill. and then you have to go into that cutscene and find your teammate getting eaten by a zombie, and then the zombie like slowly comes back up and then slowly turns around.
Oh my gosh!
Oh god!
5-year-old Knuckles must have shat bricks that day.
Oh,
5-year-old Knuckles never made it past that mission.
Oh, just getting back to what we were talking about, though. It's just,
but
I don't know. It's a sensitive topic to talk about, really. I mean, everybody's got their own opinions on it. I mean, you look at there's probably kids, our parents, or not really our parents, but I mean, we're kind of in that generation where we're like the first people to grow up with video games. Maybe like the people in the 30s and they're older, in their mid to late 20s and stuff like that. Are kind of, and those guys,
Nintendo
you look at
Atari,
you look at a lot of people around that age. There's a lot of I know a lot of really great people that played games when they were younger, that played violent games when they were younger, and they're
but I also want to say like before you finish, the games when we were younger aren't the same games as when the kids are.
That's true.
Are now.
That's valid.
That's very true.
Grand Theft Auto Vice City was probably the youngest when I played. Vice City had nothing compared to what Grand Theft Auto 5 has.
Yeah, that's about it.
I was playing a mission in Grand Theft Auto 5 earlier, and I was like, I switched characters back to what's his name, Franklin. Yeah. He's relaxing in a strip club, and I was like, no big deal. He's at a strip club. And, as a joke, I got a private dance. Full frontal.
What?
Yeah, no blur, nothing. You can see the tits and everything.
You know what's funny?
Well, I think. Oh, okay, maybe she had her little thong on, but like the top was off and you could see everything.
I could just imagine a mom just sitting down and after getting that kid that game, and then just watching as he does that switch over to that exact same scene. It's like, what the hell did I buy? It's bound to happen.
Yeah.
But seriously, that is just funny.
I'm waiting for a news article. It was like, parent raises stink over GTA 5.
Yeah, I don't know. And it's stupid to listen to when there's ratings. I don't know. It's been talked about 1,000 times. Parents get mad about these kind of games, but they have ratings on them for a reason.
And on the back, it clearly states why it has
that and it's just, but they buy it for them anyways, and they get mad at the
I have Rift right in front of me. It's rated teen. Turn back, alcohol reference, blood, mild language, and violence.
Yeah,
it just comes to that certain perception by parents, like, oh, it's a video game. It shouldn't have these type of nudity or this type of violence or this.
Yeah,
man, have they
just
played
that mentality.
Leisure Suit Larry?
Yeah, I know. That's about point. I don't know. It's just been something that we've talked about before.
Or Playboy the video game.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Ugh.
Remember that game for
the guy game?
Yeah, that's what I was going to talk about. Yeah. I remember when we used to work at a game store. There was no
the adult only version of GTA San Andreas.
Yeah, with the
oh my god, that was so stupid.
Yeah.
That hot copy mod.
I don't know. It's like I said. It's something that we've talked about before. Everybody's talked before. Just parents need, they buy this for their kids, and then they get mad at the developers for making this game. But when it says on there, it's not for kids. They don't want to blame themselves for something. They need someone to blame. It's just like the media always blames video games when somebody brings a gun out and shoots.
No one decides to blame the parents.
No one blames the parent, or maybe it's nobody's fault. Maybe it's just somebody just snapped one day, or whatever. It's it's something I don't really want to talk about so much because it's sensitive thing. One thing we could say can be taken. I don't know. It's just someone needs. You always need to find someone to blame, and the media always chooses video games. It's just kind of the go-to thing. Video games, and we all and all
movies,
of the
not comic books and not TV shows. Video games.
It's just like, and all of us, whenever we see something like this happen, like, we always think, okay, when's the media going to start blaming video games? Like, oh, this person played video games. Well, everybody, to a point, plays video games. I guarantee you 90% of people in America in their 20s, from probably their teens to their late 20s, I would guarantee you 75 to 80% of those probably play video games.
If you have an iPhone, you're probably gonna play video.
Yeah, but I mean, even I'm just saying, like, have a console at home of some sort. They all have. I guarantee you, most of the people.
I wouldn't go 90%.
Well, no, I'm saying maybe like 75%. Maybe not have a 360, but they have a PlayStation 2 or something in their house. You know, it's like, I don't know. Everybody plays video games, or they know someone that has a console and they can play. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just so stupid to blame something that 100 million people do, and then maybe four.
And occasionally one.
Yeah,
makes a
couple times a year somebody goes out and does something stupid, and then they blame. I don't know. But anyway, I don't know. That's enough of that topic. I'm getting irritated. So let's stop talking about that one.
Now, would you say you're getting irritated enough to kill somebody?
No, maybe Knuckles, but I'm always in the mood to kill Knuckles. That has nothing to do with video games.
Easy there.
Nothing to do with Knuckles, or nothing about to do with video games and me killing Knuckles. Just mainly me wanting to kill Knuckles.
Kill him! We gotta kill him!
One of these days.
I could make a joke there, but I'm not going to.
I know.
So let's move on to our next topic.
All right. What do we want to talk about, guys?
Do you have that right? What? Don't you have a story to tell us, Jack?
Yes, I was just about to get into it and stuff. Well, anyway.
You get into
it. Hey, Jack, don't you have a story to tell us? You should tell us a story.
Okay, let me just start off from the beginning.
Time with Jackie.
Jackie boy.
Yeah, the Jock of Hearts has got a story. Now sit down, shut up, and enjoy the ride.
Ooh, I'm getting closer to my computer.
Okay, a few weeks ago, I was talking.
I take my headphones off.
Okay, so the setting is this. I'm at my workplace, just talked with my coworker like a few weeks back. We were just talking back and forth, just about random things with animals, and my coworker was just talking to me like about this particular moment, like him and his friends, like are in Las Vegas or something like that, and they're driving around in this car. Now, his friend's driving, and there's a passenger. They have one of his other friends is like a passenger. He's wearing this big old cowboy hat. Well, the friend driving has this particular type of bird, this little parrot, right, that loves to talk, loves to sing, and blah, blah, blah. My coworker's in the backseat of the car, just not doing anything, just relaxing and stuff. So as the car ride keeps going on, the little bird just keeps on just walking forward. He just starts progressively just crawling up the guy in the passenger seat. And before you know it, the bird is on the top of the guy's hat, right? In the middle, in the car. So the bird just edges itself closely, just on the brim of the guy's cowboy hat, looks down at the guy looks up at him, and the bird says, clear as day, say hello, fucker. And after he said that, his friend had to restrain himself from laughing so bad, just try not to just veer off the road, because it was just so hilarious, just the way the bird just said it just casually. So yeah, that's my story for this week.
That was a good one. I thought maybe the parent was gonna fly off with the hat and they never saw him again.
Yeah,
that's a sad story.
I was thinking of the whole, you know how a lot of people like get out of the sunroof in Vegas, like when on the Vegas Strip. I was imagining
Jack.
No, not Jack. Gingerboy says like fly off with a hat, but the guy sticks his head out of the sunroof and say hello, little. Is like, say hello, little motherfucker, and then flies off. With the hat.
That would have been so much better. Or if it's like something, like say they're in Vegas, they try to go under an incline or something, the guy pops his head up or something, the sunroof, and all of a sudden the bird just gets caught in the middle of a sign or something.
That would be funny. Alright. So should we go ahead and end this, guys?
Do you want to?
We can save the other topics for next week.
Alright, let's see. Do we have any type of shout-outs or anything like that?
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure. Not that I didn't see anything on Facebook or Twitter.
Well, you know what? I think I'll just do a couple shout-outs just for the sake of shout-outs. Of course, the obligatory. Oh, hey, Cassie. Hey, how's it going? Yeah, here's your shout-out for the week. And
Pikachu still sucks.
No, she's going to be all up in that... what is that Pokemon that they just showed? It looks like it's a mouse that looks sort of like Pikachu. Kind of like a deer mouse, sort of. I don't know. But anyway, what I should really get into is my obligatory Wrestler of the Week. So for this week, since, I have not been really interested in checking up like a lot of the niche wrestlers, I'm just going to go ahead and just list one random wrestler from the top of my head. Okay. Let's see.
Disco Inferno.
No, but that's awfully tempting. I'm going to go ahead and say... You know what? I'm just going to go ahead and just say Sting. We'll just go ahead and just talk a little bit about Sting.
You say Sting, that reminds me of that time he was in the crowd with a Sting mask.
Yeah.
And then he just slowly reveals the Sting mask to reveal Sting's face paint.
I remember that. Oh my gosh. I'm just getting that funny image now. Well, for anybody who's listening at home or wherever you are, Sting was a professional wrestler that began pretty much inside, I think it was AWA or some, I'm not too sure what, but he wrestled predominantly inside the WCW for years until its eventual buyout from the WWE. And his first gimmick was pretty much like a typical face. He had this bleach blonde hair, this low haircut. He had this green and white face paint, and he was predominantly like
Surfer dude.
The main. He was kind of like a surfer dude, yeah, but he still had a scorpion print on his leg. It wasn't until the mid '90s when the NWO arc started going forth was Sting. They wrote out Sting with a storyline just to have him come back months later as sort of Crow Sting, sort of. Mm-hmm. Because during that time, the movie The Crow was very popular, since that just came out. And so they have Sting dressed up in his black overcoat. He has his face paint, black and white, pretty much the way Sting is known now. And he tormented the NWO for a better part of a year, just going forth, just, taking out random guys like Hogan, and at that time, say, Hall, Nash, and stuff. He would use moves like his Stinger Splash, where he would just, do a typical body splash or so, inside the quarter of the ropes. His finisher, ranged from week to week, so he would be doing, the Scorpion Death Drop, or, the Sharpshooter, or as you would call it, the Scorpion Deathlock. From that time period, he didn't speak very much, because they wanted to personify, this guy's tough. Okay, who is he going to align himself with? He's going to align himself in WCW or with the NWO. There was this particular segment that I was watching. Yeah, there was this particular segment that I was watching last week, where it's it's everybody assumed that Sting joined the NWO because he let Hogan, hug him and all this other shit. But then at that pay-per-view that Sunday, Sting just took out, dismantled the NWO. So for the later part, well, Sting right now is just doing just random crap in TNA, but he's a part of the Aces and Eights, not Aces and Eights, but the Main Event Mafia. I don't know why I thought that other tandem, but no, Sting in TNA is not like what it was with the old WCW days.
It was, but the last few years
Yeah, when he transformed into a Heath Ledger type of Sting.
No, it was more of the Jim Carrey as Joker kind of Sting.
I thought it was sort of a Joker, Heath Ledger Joker.
Well, he went Joker, but it was more like Jim Carrey from Batman Returns, kind of goofy, over the top kind of guy.
He went Joker mixed with Riddler.
I guess. I mean, I didn't really watch those arcs. I just saw him look like that same Joker from Heath Ledger's Dark Knight,
Yeah, but he had look at the Dark Knight. He had the face paint of Joker from Dark Knight, but he acted more
the poor greedy face paint.
Yeah, but then he kind of acted more
kinda
like he
like
acted
that.
like Jim Carrey would. Like if Jim Carrey was the Joker, that's how you think he would.
No, Jim Carrey was the
I know
Riddler.
that, but I said Jim Carrey was the Joker.
Alright.
I kind of imagine.
I think I get it.
Yeah,
now.
imagine. Yeah. Anyways.
If Jim Carrey played the
Yes.
Joker. Gotcha.
Well, anyway, guys, that should wrap up the Wrestler of the Week. Next week should be something kind of interesting. I'm going to go ahead and research a little bit upon the nicheness of the next wrestler.
All right.
I'd
But
say
until
go
then, just look
for the-
forward.
You heard of this guy Hulk Hogan?
I heard he was pretty big.
Yeah, I think he might have been. He had a little decent run in the '80s, I think.
You should go with the Four Horsemen.
Who?
The Four Horsemen. Oh my gosh. Ole Anderson, Arn Anderson, Ric Flair,
Woo!
and oh boy. Oh god. Yeah, I'm gonna save something like that for another podcast. That's an entire discussion in itself.
So that should about. Do you have any shout outs, Knuckle?
Shout out to the fans who listen. And please share everything.
Yes.
Help us get us out there.
Holy shit, just share it with your friends. Come on.
And and maybe leave a review on iTunes.
Yeah, we need some love. We're lonely. Haven't had attention in a very long time.
Yeah. So, anyways, if you like the show, tell some people, and then maybe leave us a review. Appreciate that, guys. But anyways, that should about do us for this week, episode 15 of the Drunk Dash Notes podcast. I was Gingerboy.
I was Knuckles.
And I'm the Jack of Hearts.
And we'll see you douches next week.
Woo!
Woo!
Fuck off.